On today's video, I'm gonna show you how to create a beautiful Halloween centerpiece step by step and how to set a gorgeous Halloween tablescape. Keep watching. Hello everyone, I am Ramon. Welcome back to Ramon at Home. I'm so excited you're here today because on today's video, I'm gonna show you how to make a gorgeous Halloween centerpiece step by step with a beautiful crystal skull. And then also I'm gonna show you how to set a gorgeous tablescape for Halloween. There is glitter, there's sequins, there's crows, there's all these kinds of florals and items that you may already have laying around the house, and I'm just gonna show you how to put it all together. So if you are interested in Halloween, please stay tuned. Don't forget to like this video and share with your friends. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing so you don't miss any of the Halloween, fall, and the holiday season coming up. Be sure to turn the notification bell on so you're notified every time there is a brand new update. And to show you how to make this gorgeous Halloween centerpiece, let's head to the studio. We're gonna need for our centerpiece this plastic tray that I found at the dollar store, as well as 2 blocks of foam. I went ahead and added some of this green moss and I secured it with some florist tape. I'm also going to need a selection of greeneries. Now it doesn't really matter what kind of greeneries and florals we put in it at first, because we're gonna go ahead and give it a light black spray paint with some matte black from Walmart, something basic and inexpensive. Now also from Walmart, I found these 3 bundles and they are super affordable. I think they're about $1.50 of these really pretty and glitter black roses. And I'm also going to be needing, if you have any leftover just fall foliage, it doesn't matter if it has berries or not, as long as it is the orange kind. I think this is a maple, because our focal point is going to be this really pretty glitter and bejeweled skull that is going to be sitting right here on top of our centerpiece. Okay, so now that you know all the materials we're gonna use to create this beautiful centerpiece, it's time to get started. All right, everyone, so the very first thing I wanna do is I'm gonna go ahead and green my container. And if you guys have followed the channel, you probably heard this before, but if you are new to Ramon at Home, you need to know that what happens on the right needs to happen on the left, and also that what goes up always has to come down. So you have to make sure that you balance your centerpiece that way. So what happens on the right happens on the left. What goes up must come down. I'm never gonna get tired of telling you guys these rules, because it's what really helped me to become a floral designer. When I learned that, it really changed the way I balance my floral arrangements. So what happens on the left, immediately move to the right and just duplicate it. So I'm gonna go ahead and insert this greenery. And like I told you earlier, it doesn't really matter what kind of greenery it is, because we're going to go ahead and give it a light coat of spray paint. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish adding this eucalyptus right here to my centerpiece. And I'm gonna go outside and give it a really quick light spray paint to this, and I'll be right back with you, so stay tuned. All right, so now that we've given this a little quick spray paint, just a little touch, I'm gonna go ahead and add some of this old hydrangea that I had. And it's just a little touch, because I feel like all these muted colors just add a little bit more eerie feel to it. And then also we're gonna go ahead and add our skull, so that way we can start adding our other foliages. So this is what's gonna look. It's looking really good. I think it's gonna look really cute. All right, so then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna add some of this orange foliage. It doesn't matter what kind it is, just make sure that you have some orange, because there's gonna be some elements of orange on the table. So this would be tying the color together. If you're going to use, let's say, purple napkins, then I would recommend to add a little touch of purple to your centerpiece, because that will help it look more balanced on the table. So we wanna make sure that always tie your color around. It doesn't matter what you're doing. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and add one right here on the front. Remember, what happens on the left happens on the right. And if you want to extend the shape of your centerpiece, just go ahead and add some of these like this. I'm gonna give it a quick spin so I can balance. Then I'm gonna add another one right here. Look how cute this is looking just by itself, and it's gonna look really good when we set our table. Thumbs up if you guys are enjoying this fall series. It's almost over. I have a few more left for fall, and then we're gonna be moving on to the holiday season. And I really hope that you guys have enjoyed this fall season. I had so much fun putting it together for you guys. It's been probably my favorite fall season we've had here at Ramon at Home, and I really hope that you feel the same way. All right, so we have one left. Now here's a tip. When this happens, when you have one of these foliages and you have a stem, just go ahead and add it to the stem. and then you have a fuller foliage. Just make sure you swirl it around and it just looks fuller. And then you look for a spot like probably right here where it needs to be fuller, right here, and just go ahead and add it. All right, so the next step is going to be to add our roses. And as you guys know, I like to cut them all at once. And also I like to keep this stem right here to make ornament picks. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut all of my flowers all at once, so that way I don't have to go back and play with them. That's another tip I can give you. And also to keep this, because we'll use it later on in the season for ornaments. And then the easiest way to also remove your tag is to just go ahead and take that little foliage out and put the foliage back in. The good thing about Walmart's tags is they're so easy to remove, unlike the dollar store that, gosh, you almost have to like bring out a machete. All right, so that's all I have. So then what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go ahead and add some clusters of black roses. And I'm gonna add 3, you guys. If you've been following the channel, you know that I like to work with sets of 2s, 3s, and 1s. And make sure you cut them short enough so that you can have a cluster like this right here. If you add clusters, they really show better. If you polka dot them throughout the bouquet, they won't show as much as if you add clusters. All right, so then I'm gonna add a cluster of 2 right here. So I'm gonna add 1, and then also to balance, what you need to do is point 1 up and then point 1 down. That way it's balanced. So I'm gonna give it a little spin. I have this hydrangea right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and add a set of 2 to make it fuller like that. Remember, 1 pointing up and the other one is to point down. Now here's the secret too. You have to continue to spin your bouquet, so that way you're putting flowers all over the bouquet and not just in some spots. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and add 1 right here. And here I'm gonna do a set of 3 because it's towards the back. Now this centerpiece is going to be seen all over my table, and so I need it to be fuller. You know, I'm thinking I have some crows somewhere. I'm gonna go dig them out, but I know Walmart has some crows. So this is the dollar store, I think. And I think some crows would be really pretty. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and add a set of 2 right here. Like this, 1 up, 1 down. Actually, I'm gonna do 3 because I have a few left. So make sure that when you do sets of 3s also, they're really tied together so they show better. Yeah, this is good. I have 2 left, but I'm not gonna go ahead and use them. I'm just gonna set them to the side. All right, so far so good. I have some bittersweet also that I think I'm gonna add 1 stem of bittersweet that I got from the dollar store to kind of use it as our flyaways. And once again, I'm gonna go ahead and cut right here, all of them. Put my stem to the side. Now, I think this one, the top comes off, yeah, and you can just pull this guy out and then put your top back in like this. All right, so when you do the bittersweet, just make sure you give them a little curvature, because bittersweet does not grow straight up like this, so you want it to look as natural looking as possible. And look at that, you put 1 up, you put 1 down, you spin. You put 1 up here, and then you're gonna put 1 down, but now without giving it a little juice. Then you spin, and I'm just gonna do a triangle, so I'm gonna do 1 back here on the back, and that's gonna be about it for this. I'm gonna go get this little crow. We're gonna set it on top of his head, and he'll be good to go, so keep watching. All right, you guys, so I found this cute little owl on my stash. If you wanna know, this came from Michael's a few years ago, and it comes with this little cable or a wire on the bottom. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go ahead and clip those wires so they become sharp. And because this skull is made out of styrofoam, it should be able to just push it down, or just like this. Make sure you get some of that styrofoam down and just push, and your owl will stay. So this is going to be our centerpiece. I told you guys that creating this centerpiece was going to be super easy, and I love the way this turned out with a little owl sitting on top of the skull. It is just so cute. But now let's go to the dining room and get started on setting this beautiful tablescape for 2. All right, you guys, as you can see, I already got started by adding this little cloth. This actually was a curtain from IKEA that I just went ahead and spray painted black. And then this is one of those mesh fabrics from the dollar store. So to give this a more antique look, what I did is I'm gonna go ahead and get some of these silver trays that I have, and I have purposely not cleaned this because I wanted to have an old antique look to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that as a charger. That's going to elevate the look of our plates. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my dinner plate first, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add this really pretty silk pumpkin colored napkin. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that on both sides. And what I like about this pumpkin is because this pumpkin color napkin is because it's really going to tie in with our centerpiece. All right, so then I'm gonna go ahead and add our little salad plate. And if you guys been following the channel, then you know that I like to layer napkins. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this napkin right here. And this is one of the viewers, Cynthia Green, if you're watching, thank you. These are absolutely stunning with spider webs, and they are just super cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this guy right here. Now, I have these witch's hands that I purchased a long time ago, and I just looked through my stash. Is this witch hand. So what I'm gonna go ahead is I'm just gonna go ahead and add it to the plate and let this leaf hang to the corner. And then I'm gonna go over to the other side and I'm gonna do the same. So that's gonna be kind of like just for show, because I wanna go ahead and add a set of these glitter skulls that I show you guys that is going to tie in with our centerpiece. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that right there on the hand. All right, so then what I wanna go ahead and do is I'm gonna add my stemware, and for that to elevate, I'm gonna go ahead and use one of these gold rim goblets, and as well as one of these amber looking ones that I found at one of my thrift stores right here. And then I have this little cellar, which is super cute, and I'm gonna go ahead and replicate that look over on this side. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my gold rim and my amber. It is all about layering, you guys, and this is something that you can collect throughout the years. Then I have these bread and butter plates, and I have one with a skull and one with a crow because we have a crow and skull theme going on. So I'm gonna add that to my left, and I'm gonna go over here and add this also to my left. Oh, it's on this side right here, my left. All right, so far so good. Then I have added some of these tapers, and I like them like that, but you know, I like to add a little moss just to add that eerie feel to it. So I have this bag of moss, so I just like to pull on it like this, and then I lift my taper up, put my moss down, and then just put that taper down. And as you can see, it just gives it that eerie feel, like it's been sitting there for a while. Let it drape into the table, that's fine. Just go ahead and grab your taper and really push it down. Like that. Some of them are easier than other ones, I don't know why. But I'm gonna go ahead and add this one on this side right here. All right, perfect. We're gonna adjust those when the centerpiece arrives, but then I'm gonna go ahead and add my flatware. So for this occasion, to go with the gold rimming to elevate the look, I chose gold flatware. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my flatware down to my table. I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the same over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and add my knife with a knife rest, always facing to the plate. My fork goes to the right, and spoon goes to, my left, and then spoon goes to my right. And the good secret here to know how your flatware is, spoon and knife have 5 letters like the word right, and fork has 4 letters like the word fork. So that's an easy way to remember it. All right, so far so good. I'm gonna go ahead and get my centerpiece, and I'll be right back. Before I show you the end result of this tablescape, I want to show you the sideboard. I'm going to put a little vignette together with some crows and some pumpkins because I really believe that it's an extension in your dining room from your tablescape all the way to your sideboard if you have one. So let me show you how I do that. I really do believe that your sideboard really goes along with your tablescape. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little vignette right here, and for that I have this crystal container, and it has just 2 sprigs of foliage right here that are going to be popping out from this pumpkin. But first I'm gonna go ahead and grab some of my moss, and I'm gonna go ahead and just grab a clump like this and put it down, and then I can sit my pumpkin right here, and that's gonna give it a lot of texture. Then I'm gonna go ahead and grab even more moss, maybe the rest of it, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it right here to give it even more texture to the design. And I'm gonna grab these two pumpkins, and I'm gonna go ahead and lay one here, like that. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put this one right here going down. And to finish this little corner off, I'm gonna go ahead and add one of our crows. And he's just gonna be sitting right here on top of our pumpkin. This guy, I believe, was from Michael's from last year. I should have to go back and look and see if they still have him. I would like to buy a set just like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my moss, clean my sideboard, and I'm gonna go ahead and get my silver tray with the rest of the items on this side. So keep watching. All right, so for this side of the sideboard, I have this silver tray with some of this blue and white pottery. And so what I like to do is I just went ahead and grab some of these foliages. I went ahead and spray painted the black, and I have a little twig, and this is super simple, and it's gonna give it a little eerie feel to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make like a little hand tie bouquet on my hand, letting some of those go up and down. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just insert this on this tall vase. And then I'm gonna add this branch right here. Now I do want some of these foliages to kind of go down. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab some of those and just go down like that. There we go. And then on this side, I'm gonna add yet another little pumpkin right here. And that will finish the look. As you can see, just by adding a few pumpkins and a few crows and some twigs, you can really change the look of your sideboard. But now that I'm done with the sideboard, it's time to show you the end result, and I'm so excited. Keep watching. Alright you guys, well that's all I have for today, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share with a friend. If you want to see more Halloween ideas, perhaps the mantle or a lantern, be sure to leave the hashtag Halloween down below so that I know that you are interested. We still have well over a month for Halloween, so I might get a few more ideas, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share with a friend, let them know what we're doing here at Ramon at Home. Be sure to subscribe, consider watching more videos right now, and until next time, bye. If you are new to this channel, I want to take a second to welcome you and invite you to subscribe for future decorating ideas by hitting this button down here. And if you already subscribed, don't forget to turn the notification bell on so you're notified about every single full update. We're going to be uploading videos on Wednesdays and Sundays. And if you enjoyed this video, I recommend you watch this one right here. And there's going to be a full playlist of all of our full videos down here. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next one.